G'day, and welcome to Zed Run for Dummies. On today's video, I'm going to show you how to find and interpret your horse's odds. The odds can be used to help you determine your horse's potential at various distances in different classes. So let's get into it. For today's tutorial, we're going to use knowyourhorses.com. The link is in the description. Know Your Horses is a fantastic tool for people who want to get a quick snapshot of a horse's performance and ability. The site is also great for all you data and stats junkies who want to take a deep dive into the analytics. But for today, we're going to keep it simple and give you the beginner's guide to finding and interpreting odds. So what are odds and how are they generated? In the game Zed Run, when a race is filled, the Zed Run supercomputer runs 1,000 simulations of the race. The odds are a direct representation of how many times each horse finished first in the 1,000 simulations. For example, if your horse won 50 races out of the 1,000 simulations, that means it won 1 out of 20 races on average, and the horse's odds will be 20 to 1, or $20 as they're shown across the Zed ecosystem. A horse that has won a significantly higher 133 races out of the 1,000 simulations will be given odds of $7.52. So we can see the more times a horse wins the 1,000 simulations, the lower the horse's odds will be. To put it simply, the lower the odds, the better chance your horse will have of winning the race. So how do we locate the odds of a horse? On knowyourhorse.com, there are several tools which you can use to look at all sorts of data, including race odds. If you want to see the odds of a race that is filled and is waiting to run, click on the Races tab and select Scheduled. A list will be displayed with the upcoming races. Select a race by clicking on the race name in the Events column to display the race field. The Odds column shows the odds for each horse for the upcoming race. Recently ended races can be viewed by clicking on the Races tab and selecting Finished. KnowYourHorses.com is an excellent site for people who want to take a deep dive into the data available on horses. To search for a horse, enter the horse's name in the search field on the top right-hand corner of the page and click Search. Names with popular terms may return several results, so make sure you select the correct horse by clicking on its name. The horse's stat page is a wealth of invaluable information, from overviews of races and financials to breed and blood type, and even a link for the horse's ancestry. But for today, we are focusing on odds. Scroll down until you find the average odds by distance bar graph. This graph is a great visual display and can help you determine the distance where your horse is likely to win most regularly. Keeping in mind what we are looking for is lower odds, we can see in Smoke's career to date, he has had a statistically greater chance of winning from 1,800 to 2,200 metres. The 1,200 metres, however, has been statistically his worst chance of winning. For some horses, it is difficult to identify a distance preference. For others, the data can paint a very clear picture. Other variables can affect odds, mainly class and competition. But if you are running your horse in similar strengths of races, this data will help you to hone in on your horse's preferred distances. If you scroll down a little further, you will see a list of your horse's previous races, where you can delve a little deeper into past performance. There are also useful filters at the top of the page that help you focus your analysis by class and distance. You can also filter out free racing if you choose. So now you know how the odds are determined, how to find the odds, and how to interpret the odds to help you identify your horse's strengths and weaknesses. But how do you use this information to make your horse profitable? This is Zed Run for Dummies, so I'm not going to delve into the equations. But there are 3 theoretical break-even points you should be aware of. Now, these are theoretical break-even points and assume that the rate of running second and third will more or less be equal to the projected win rate over time. Now, this may or may not be the case for any given horse. So let's just call these break-even points a rough place to start until place and show odds are also made available. And at this point, I would like to stress that this is not financial advice. Please do your own research before investing any money, and that does include entering races. Okay, so the break-even points. For cheaper races, you will need your horse to be achieving odds lower than $10.80 on average to theoretically be profitable. In the mid-tier races, average odds of less than $11.40 should theoretically yield a profit over time. And in the most expensive races, odds of less than $12 should theoretically be profitable over time. The difference in break-even points is because Zed takes a higher rake or percentage of the prize pool from cheaper races. So that's it, a beginner's guide to Zed Run odds. Please feel free to leave a comment if there is a topic you would like to see covered by Zed Run for Dummies. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the track.